Greetings, salutations, respect, and love. I am Scott, and you're in the Prog Corner, where today we're going to be talking about Prog millionaires, the richest people in the Prog community. Yeah, I feel a little bit icky talking about this, ranking people based on the size of their bank accounts. That's a little distasteful, don't you think? Well, yeah, it is, but this is all public record. You know, none of this stuff is confidential, and I'm quite certain a lot of it is not even accurate. So I am going to be ranking the net worths of the Prog stars, and I'm not including members of Queen, not including members of Led Zeppelin. I am not including Jeff Lynne, who'd obviously be on this list. Styx, Dennis DeYoung, and Tommy Shaw certainly would be on the list. I'm not including Kate Bush. Here's some names that just barely were left off, not because they're not millionaires, but because they didn't make the top 25. Steven Wilson, little surprise there. Michael Ackerfeld, Arian Lucassen, Adrian Ballou, Mike Portnoy would probably come in number 26 here. Roger Hodgson, Derek Schulman. I'm really surprised at that with all his work as an executive. Annie Haslam, Andy Latimer, and Steve Hillage all just barely made the list. But trust me, they got plenty of money in the bank. They're all millionaires. A quick shout out today to Pam Alume Eltonen for sending me this fantastic artwork, this wall art, which is, of course, the lyrics to Awaken. There's a story behind this. I'm going to let Pam explain it a little bit to me about what that's all about. But I saw this at Jim News. He's got this in his background. So thank you, Pam. It's really, really awesome. And before I forget, I picked something up yesterday that all you fools need to know about. Ultra Vivid Scene's second album, Joy 1967-1990. I have no idea what that title means, but this album is absolutely incredible. It's the second album by Ultra Vivid Scene, came out in 1990, and I finally got it on vinyl. So I had to show it off because I just love that album. Probably my favorite album of 1990. It's just so good. But without any further ado, boys and girls, yeah, we're going to be ranking the richest people in the prog world, starting at number 25. And it's Bill Bruford, clocking in with a net worth of $9 million. His work with Yes and King Crimson, toured with Genesis. Come on, man. This is the Prog Corner. He needs no introduction. And we've got a tie at number 23 between Kerry Livgren and Carl Palmer, both clocking in with a $10 million net worth. Kerry Livgren wrote all those great Kansas songs, certainly deserves to be on this list. And Carl Palmer, man, little surprised he's not a little higher, given the fact that Emerson, Lake, and Palmer sold millions and millions and millions of copies. And then in the 80s, Asia did okay. At number 22, it's Steve Howe with a net worth of $11 million. You know, we just talked about Asia, so certainly a big chunk of that probably came from his years in Asia. But, you know, Steve's been in Yes since 1970, and they did all right for themselves, I guess. At number 21, it's the Caped Crusader, Rick Wakeman, clocking in with a net worth of $12 million. This guy would obviously have a whole lot more money in the bank if he hadn't gotten married and divorced so many times. But Rick Wakeman at number 21. At number 20, we're keeping the Yes train going. It's Jon Anderson with a net worth of $14 million. That just feels wrong. He should be worth double that. He should be worth 10 times that. You know, add a 0 or 2, and I think that'd be a little bit more accurate. That's how much I love Jon Anderson. At number 19, it's the mighty Robert Fripp, clocking in with a net worth of $15 million. This guy certainly deserves more than that, considering all that he has meant to my beloved genre, but I'm just so glad that he is on this list. He certainly deserves to be on this list. At number 18, it's Steve Walsh from Kansas, clocking in with a net worth of $16 million. Yeah, he hasn't been in the band for a while. His voice is completely shot. But man, Steve Walsh in his prime, boys and girls, just a thing to behold. That voice and his stage presence, just so much fun running around the stage without a shirt. Put a shirt on, Steve. At number 17, clocking in with a net worth of $18 million. It's James LaBrie and his scowl. Man, why is this guy always looking so sad or mad or angry about something? Dude, you're from Canada, first of all. That's pretty cool. And second, you're worth $18 million. Put a smile on that face, James. You deserve it. At number 16, this one kind of surprised me and made me very, very happy. It's Peter Hammill. Yeah, according to the internet, he's worth $19 million. And I tell you what, boys and girls, he deserves every single dime of it. I'm a little surprised to see him on this list, but very, very happy. Very cool. At number 15, it's the great Steve Hackett clocking in with a net worth of $20 million. Oh, this warms my heart so much. Keeping the Prog flames alive. Yeah, the other 4 primary members of Genesis, yeah, shockingly enough, they're going to be on this list too, but a little bit higher. At number 14, another one that surprises me a little bit. It's Jon Petrucci coming in with a net worth of $30 million. I don't know how he has that much money. I know Dream Theater sold a whole bunch of records, but this guy must be really, really, really smart. He must be really, really good with his money. I know he's really, really good with that guitar, that's for sure. At number 13, speaking about guitarists that are pretty good at their craft, how about Alex Lifeson clocking in with a net worth of $35 million? Yeah, Rush took over the world, and well-deserved. Alex, you deserve to be on this list 100%. At number 12, it's Trevor Rabin clocking in with a net worth of $39 million. And I know probably a big chunk of that came from Owner of a Lonely Heart, but I'm also pretty certain a big percentage of his net worth is from all those movie soundtracks he did for Michael Bay, including Remember the Titans, probably his most famous soundtrack work. And now we're into the top 10, boys and girls. But I've got a tie at number 10 with net worth of $40 million. It's Geddy Lee and Alan Parsons. Yeah, 2 ends of the Prog spectrum, that's for sure. I debated whether or not to include Alan Parsons or not, but Alan Parsons' project is Prog, and I'm guessing a big chunk of his net worth came from Dark Side of the Moon and, his production work, so he absolutely deserves to be on this list. And Geddy Lee, come on, man. Absolutely, he deserves to be in the top 10. He's Geddy freaking Lee, people. Come on, at number 9 with a net worth of $45 million. It's the man that built Richard Branson's empire. Yeah, it's Mike Oldfield, responsible for the very first album that came out on Virgin Records. And yeah, it sold millions and millions and millions of copies. To wit, Mike Oldfield bought himself a mansion in the Bahamas, and he's got a whole bunch of money in the bank. Well-deserved, Mike. You deserve it. You deserve more money than Richard Branson, if you want to be perfectly honest about the situation. At number 8, talking about those Genesis members, how about Tony Banks clocking in with a net worth of $60 million? It's probably gone up after the last Domino tour, but yeah, $60 million warms my heart, and I think that's right. I think that's fair, Tony. I love you. You deserve your money. Absolutely. At number 7, keeping the Genesis thing going with Peter Gabriel with a reported net worth of $95 million. And yeah, this guy's got a new album fixing to drop. He's on tour right now, so I'm pretty sure by the end of fiscal 2023, Mr. Gabriel will probably climb into that $100 million bracket, which the top 6 are all in. At number 6, with an astounding net worth of $100 million, it's Ian Anderson. Oh, yeah, baby. I love this entry. I'm so happy that Dude Man's got some money. I know he's been working his tail off since 1968, bringing Jethro Tull music to the world, but I guess he's also involved in some other things up in Scotland. He's a pretty smart business guy, obviously. At number 5, it's Michael Rutherford with $120 million net worth. Oh, boy. Yeah, most of that's probably from Genesis, but you got to remember, Mike and the Mechanics were a pretty big band back in the 80s, too, so he was double dipping through the 80s, and why not? He's Michael Rutherford, man. He deserves his money. Give it to him. At number 4, a bit of a surprise at number 4, it's Nick Mason. at $150 million net worth. Yeah, it paid to be in Pink Floyd, didn't it? Absolutely it did. At number 3, David Gilmour knows a little something about that with $180 million in the bank. Oh, man, anybody that plays guitar as good as David Gilmour, writes those songs. I even like his voice. I think he's a good singer. He's a fantastic guitar player. And dude's worth $180 million. Come on, man. At number 2, his bandmate and best friend, Roger Waters, clocks in with $310 million net worth. Yeah, Roger Waters is not a Nazi, boys and girls. He's just got really bad judgment. You know, the guy's a nut. He's insane, but he's got $310 million in the bank, which is exactly $309,999,000 more than I've got in the bank. And at number 1, if you're keeping score here and you're paying attention to who's topping this list, you probably have figured it out already. It's Phil Collins with a net worth of $350 million. Talk about how much money this guy could have had if he hadn't had some bad divorces under his belt also. But $350 million, I'm going to guess the lion's share of that's not from Genesis, probably a lot of that from his solo stuff. But hey, Genesis was super popular too. They moved, a whole lot of units, so why not? It could be. I have no idea. Anyway, that's my ranking of the 25 richest people in Prague. Unfortunately, they are all men. I was going to say, something else there, but I did not include Kate Bush, or else she would have clocked in at number... Yeah, tied with Alan Parsons and Geddy Lee. So she would have been right up there. Anyway, I just wanted to have a little bit of fun today and rank the richest people in Prague. Tomorrow, I am doing a review of a brand new album from a really cool new American band called Kimono. And then Wednesday, I'm interviewing the lead singer of the brand new Inside Out act, dropping their brand new debut album, Aw Crust. I'm really looking forward to talking to Simon, seeing what they're all about, seeing what that new album's all about. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Oh, yes, I do. Peace in the Middle East, and God save the king. No, we don't need a king here in the U.S., but God bless all of you in the UK, and God bless King Charles III. I'll see you freaks tomorrow. Peace.